Good morning, buds. Today I am going to be talking about love. Welcome in. I'm JacPotato and I'm currently recovering from a wisdom tooth removal. And so I'm just doing these little yapping sessions where I just sort of talk about random things. And today I'm going to be talking about love because I have watched Demi Lovato's song Ghost. And that song fucking took me out. That song was so good, I wept. I wept so hard. It's so good. I listened to that and then I looked in the comment section of it and it was like, whatever you do, don't listen to Jutes', or it didn't say that, it was more like Jutes' song is like a beautiful like response to this song. I'm the one who's saying don't do it because it'll emotionally wreck you. But yeah, his song White Butterflies after that, check that out as well if you're into a big cry. If you don't want to cry today, maybe don't listen to either of those songs. But if you feel like weeping, that'll get you going. Yeah, their songs were beautiful. Such a beautiful love that they're displaying, and it got me thinking, like, in terms of dating and stuff, like, I don't know, like, it might sound a bit like I'm not having any love unless it's that love, but at the same time, like, I'm so tired of dating and it being like a drunken mistake that just sort of continues. And now that I'm like sober and I feel really clear in myself, or I'm getting clear on who I am, what I actually love, what I actually dislike, compared to the drunk and off her titties version of me who just sort of stumbled and bumbled around. Trying to get clear on like what kind of relationships I want moving forward. And like, I want the Demi and Jutes love. I want the Demi Lovato big love. And not in that I want to be on a stage singing, but because I think that would scare me. But like that connection that fuels both of you, that like, you know, inspires you to create things together and like put your love out into the world. I feel like isn't that the most beautiful love that you could have? I don't know. That's the kind of thing that I would always love. Rather than, oh yeah, let's go to McDonald's, or or let me take you to this fancy restaurant, but like, I don't know. Romance is such a like frowned upon thing by, I think, a lot of men, because I think they hear it and they think, oh, expensive. But that's not necessarily the case. It's not actually about money. It's more about the romance of it. So the things that Jutes is singing to Demi is what's romantic, not so much like the production value. Do you know what I mean? That's just like cool on top, if that makes sense. But yeah, I try and think about like what my idea of romance is. Maybe it's obviously not the same for every woman. Every woman's gonna be different, and every person in general is gonna be different into what they think is romantic. But for me, it's the little things. Like the little things that someone notices about you, I think, can mean more sometimes than the huge things. And someone just comforting you, or someone just understanding you, or little things like that. Understanding you at the core, rather than the surface stuff. That's the kind of love I'm looking for. No more McDonald's, guys. No more, it's okay, but my family hates you guys. No more drama, hopefully. And no more manipulation, guys, as well. No more manipulation, like tactics. I get that it's hard for guys to get girls sometimes, but when they're like super manipulative, that's like a big like, get the hell away from me. No. Do not want to be manipulated. But yeah, I think that's a fair thing to want, really. Not being manipulated. Like, for example, a guy that will boost your confidence in the beginning and then slowly wear it down, like by knocking it here and there. That's like apparently a known tactic. Like, who does that? Why would you do that to someone you love? And I think the point is you wouldn't. And so yeah, I think if you actually care about someone, you want to boost them up as much as possible, and if you accidentally hurt them, you apologise. It's not like I'm gonna keep knocking you down so you never leave me. Like, what is that? What kind of sado does that to a person? I don't know, but let me know in the comments what kind of love you're looking for. What is it that you're searching for? For me, it's the Demi, Lovato and Jutes love. I want that combo. That's a pretty cool combo. Major power couple vibes. A lot of people don't, I think, have given up on love, like actual love. Like the fairy tale type love. I think it makes sense to give up on that, because if you've been hurt enough times, it's sort of like, that might not fucking exist. But I don't know, I don't see the point now of dating at all, because if they're just gonna take if they're always gonna take like emotional support from you and sort of like rarely return it, or if they return it, like it's not quite the same, or they don't have the emotional intelligence to sort of navigate what you're going through, then like I would rather have cats, and I might get called out as a crazy cat lady after this, and that's okay. But yeah, I just don't want to settle for a guy that's like half interested. I think it's basically the gist of it. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of women are saying, actually, instead of the manipulation, how about you just treat me with like decency and respect? But yeah, I think that might be hard for some men, because they might see that as like asking for a lot, but it's actually just like the basics. Actually, could you just remember like who I am and like what I like, and could you do the self-work on yourself to be able to take care of me sometimes. Yeah. I think that's what women are looking for. They're looking for a man who can emotionally support them without making them feel like a crazy woman for having emotions and feelings. Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to. It is complicated though. Relationships aren't always easy peasy lemon squeezy. But yeah, I want the big love. But yeah, big love or cat love. That's what I'm about. Another thing that I wanted to like touch on is just like my sober journey. I think has been wild. I think it's so funny that like people we pick our partners when we're kind of completely out of it. Like, at least that was the case for me. Like, completely drunk. And then it's like, I'm gonna choose you and we're gonna make a relationship out of this. And then it's like, I was wondering why it wasn't working out each time. It's like, well, obviously if you're completely out of it and you're trying to pick something as important as a life partner, that's a bit challenging, isn't it? Like, how are you supposed to pick the right person when you're out of it? How are you supposed to know who the right person is when you're out of it? And not to say that you can't find someone you love with all your heart when you're out of it, because a lot of people do, and they end up together for like ever. But I think in my case, it's always been like an accidental hop, skip and a jump, do you know what I mean? So yeah, just being more intentional with it is my plan going forward. And not accepting no shenanigans. I get a whiff of a red flag and I'm running. I run head for the hills. A lot of people say that like love isn't like something out of the movies. And oh, it's unrealistic, or oh, you can't expect a love to be, you know, this magical thing, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. Like, I do think that the reason there are lots of movies that make love this magical thing is because it does exist, because someone has felt that. And you can see it. Like, there are some couples who are in their like 60s, 70s, 80s, and you can see the difference between the ones that like, they're like, yeah, like, you just got to learn really well to communicate and like really like compromise and stuff like that, and they seem like they fought to get to that age as a couple. And then you see the ones that are just like beaming, like the old people that are just like, they are my other half, they are the one, they are the person that fits, it's so easy, we have a lot of fun together, we laugh. Like, there's 2 different kinds of couples. And like, I think a lot of the relationships I've been in felt like camp number 1. Like, we could get there, but it would take a lot of compromise. It would be like a hard battling feeling of like pushing through and sometimes dragging them through conflicts and stuff like that. But like, I kind of am at a place now where I don't want that camp anymore. I want camp number 2. I want it's either that or nothing. I want the one where like it fits so well, it's just easy and conflicts still arise, but it just, you understand the other's perspective so much quicker, and like you care so much about that person that you're like willing to figure it out together. That sounds like a lot more fun in the long run, in my opinion. But yeah. I do believe in movie love, and I think if that makes me delusional, silly, weird, then that's fine. I can accept that. Because I think it's kind of delusional, in a sense, to be like, no, love doesn't exist. No, it's not real. I think that's delusional. Even just Demi Lovato's song, I mean, that thing just floored me. Incredible vocals and incredible lyrics. They were so beautiful. The outfit, the wind blowing through their hair, it was just stunningness. Major stunningness. I wonder if this is just like a millennial thing of like wanting that Disney love. Like, let me know what age you are, and like if like to you like the Disney love ideal is like something that has always been like a secret wish. Maybe not so much when they're in certain of them, because some of them are a bit problematic, but you know what I mean, like I don't know how to explain Disney love other than that. You know, that kind of love. Cheesy, cute, and kind of awe-inspiring. Gotta stop wistfully looking out the window. But yeah, I don't know what else to get about now. My wisdom tooth is feeling better. I might start back up with the gaming next week or the week after. Might still do another yapping session just while I recover, and start to feel better. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on love, whether you're guy, girl, in between. What kind of things do you dream about? Anyway, this has been a very random video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go now, and wishing you a great day or evening wherever you are watching, buds. And may your wishes and dreams about love come true. Yes, they will. Bye.